Hey everyone, this is ScabCat242. So here's my recent haul for the week of June. Mostly video games, and I got a few action figures and also a nice surprise which I showed lastly. So most of the video game stuff I have here I all got at thrift stores, and one stack I got from the my antique fair, which happens every second Sunday of the month. So let's get to this pile right here. So we got some random games here. So I picked up some PSP games. These were like $1.99 a piece. This is Wipeout Pure. And these are all complete. Secret Agent Clank, and that's actually still factory sealed. Twisted Metal. And first Wii U game I've seen anywhere. Just Dance 4. And this is complete. This was never ever played. It's pretty nice. So this was like $2.99. And then I picked up a strategy guide for Final Fantasy X2, and that was like $2. So there's that. And let's see, now for Friday, I think this was Friday. No, this pot right here. So Friday, one thrift store I went to after work. I was just kind of browsing. So this one place I often go to. Now, in the past, their games used to have been cheap, but now they've kind of gone up. But they had some good titles that I found. So I found Resident Evil 6. Now, none of those games kind of but thankfully everything was 40% off, so I got this for way less, and it's complete. So that's going to my Resident Evil collection, so glad about that. And picked up Mario Golf Toadstool Tour for the Nintendo GameCube, and that is complete. And this was probably the big shocker I found. I found Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition for the Nintendo GameCube, and this was there in this perfect condition. I don't think this was a manual for this, but I was happy to find this. And I would have paid the regular price for this, but getting half off I think was pretty good. So yeah, looking forward to having this in my collection. And Saturday, so I went yard sailing. I was seeing some game stuff, but nothing really catching my attention, or stuff was just way too high. But afterwards, went to the thrift store and picked up a few things. Picked up a random PS3 game in a GameStop case. This is actually Dead Space 3, the first Dead Space. Not missing stuff, but hey, I only paid $3 for this. I'm not gonna complain. Picked up God of War 2 on the PlayStation 2. That is complete. And got some DVDs which I did not have in my movie collection. So we got original Halloween and Candyman. So that's that. And then Sunday, went to my antique fair. At first, I wasn't finding anything. After a couple of walks around, I was slowly starting to find stuff. I mean, I was seeing video games, but nothing catching my attention. There was one guy who had games. It was mostly Wii and a bunch of random stuff, but he wanted $10 for a game, even if it was a lesser known title. And all the Mario games he wanted $25, but he had a stack of DS games, and for some reason he wanted way less for his Zelda games. So I got these two for $15, and so I picked up Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. That one is complete manual. Fortunately, Phantom Hourglass is not. It's just a game. It's upside down. And I also picked up some action figures there. There's this guy who had a random plastic bin of stuff. Surprised he still had this, because this was the same seller I bought from months ago. So I picked up some Lord of the Rings figures. I really liked how these guys looked. Then the figure lines The Hobbit gave us. So I got this for like $3 each. Now, here is the cool find, which I picked up for Saturday. So on Saturday, I went to a yard sale. Out of blind luck, this guy had like pretty much all his toys from his childhood, like stuff from the 80s. I'm talking Transformers, G.I. Joe, Voltron, and I bought this huge G.I. Joe collection. Hopefully you can see all that. So look at that. There's Storm Shadow, we got Sci-Fi, got Tiger Force Flint. There's even some vintage Star Wars figures here. Look, there's Akbar. Let's see what. Look, there's original Cobra Viper. Oh, and also too, I almost forgot about this. I also picked up a Dinobot with the slots. So there was about 70 figures in this slot. I mean, there's a lot. Oh yeah, there's even some mask figures for those who remember those. So yeah, so there's about 70 figures in this lot. I got all that with the Dinobot. I got all that for $12. Could you believe that? I mean, it's insane. I mean, I've not seen this much figures for that cheap too. I mean, some of the figures are a little bit worn, but the rubber still holds. They still got their thumbs, but other than that, they're in pretty okay condition. It's pretty cool to find stuff like this. It's nice to know that every once in a while I'll come across just stuff like that. So yeah, that's my haul for this past weekend. Hope you enjoyed watching.